Is Mean Gene underrated? Do you now? Actually, I'm not going to elaborate. Yes or no?
I don't feel that people underrate him. People love him. If anything, people might want to say he's overrated, but I don't think so. I think he's judged just right.
It's weird because this guy, this Mean Gene Okerlund, is remembered as the interviewer, right? Of the 80s and from AWA to WWF in their peak times. Mean Gene is the voice of the back. I mean, Hulk Hogan's catchphrase, "Let me tell you something, Mean Gene." Right. That's a big thing, and everybody knows him. They know his voice and his face. However, I feel like he might be underrated because we sit here and talk about Jim Ross being the greatest commentator anytime it comes up. Who brings up Mean Gene in the greatest voice of wrestling conversation? Nobody. Is he just not that good? Or am I crazy here, Danny?
I think he's definitely good. He's done, commentary. He's done in-ring announcing. He's called people to the ring. And he does a lot of, the backstage interviews. I think he's decent on the fly. And there is something good about his voice. He sounds natural. It's a good, it's like a deeper quality to it as opposed to a lot of these new backstage. Who's the guy backstage that you like that comes and goes? Oh, there's an older guy in WWE right now.
Well, wait, so we're not talking about my Josh Matthews. We're not talking about him. We're talking about Scott Stanford.
Scott or...
First of all, don't ever tell me I like Scott Stanford, my arch nemesis, as my job, please.
But I feel like you've defended him. You think he's good.
Yeah, I like him now. He's okay.
I think he's boring and he's one of the worst. I like a guy that has a good broadcast voice out there doing that kind of stuff. I'm not big on, I don't know, what it is in the last 15 years, all WWE brings in is these guys with higher pitched voices. If I listen to you, I should be applying to WWE.
He won his match earlier over Zodiac from the Dungeon of Doom.
Listen to that voice. So, all right, we agree that, I don't know, we don't agree because you said he's not. I almost feel like Mean Gene, and I know he's so iconic. Just saying that, I kind of feel silly at this point, but I kind of feel like he's a little underrated on some level.
Now, if Lex Luger happens to win his match,
because that is such a good voice. Like, it brings such credibility to the segment. Whereas a fucking stupid Miz before he was a wrestler with his dumb face, or young Josh Matthews looking up scared, or Christy Hemme, God forbid, or that other Chucky looking guy that TNA has. These backstage people are nothing to listen to.
Against Ming, the face of terror from the dungeon.
This guy's commanding my attention.
It's something to do with his voice. It is a little bit that deeper. It's a manly, like, old timey voice. I don't know how often you watch baseball games on TV, because I can name other firms, but they're the number one that's at this. Where you could tune in a baseball game, and certain teams will have these really old broadcasters, guys that have been with the teams for like 60 years. They're 85 up in the booth, and like. They're old. They're slow at telling what the story they want to tell and just talking about the game. But there's something fascinating about them to listen to, and I think he has that, where he has that old school broadcast voice, and you want to hear what he has to say. And like you said, he's commanding it. Like, he's taking his time saying the things that he wants to say, and like you just feel like he's in control of the situation.